Flappy Bird. We're here. Show 4. Let's introduce the show. What's happening on the show today? Happy February. This is the first show of February. Let's start with that. This is like the build-up to Valentine's Day, essentially, because next week I'm doing the Wednesday show, but it's not quite Valentine's Day. As we all know, it's on the Friday. So I've got a big anecdote for that coming up. And also on the show today, we have Emily and Josh. You might have seen the adverts. They're coming on later as my guests for a show called End of My Tether.
Fado gentleman.
Welcome back to The Gentleman on Radio Brunel. And this is the opportunity for me to do my anecdote of the week. And it's about Valentine's Day, right? And so basically this year... Valentine's Day is on a Friday. So Friday the 14th, that's next week. Guys, if you haven't made your plans already for your ladies, do so. If you're trying to get something on the cheap, Halls are doing some roses. Get them out, you know. If you're not doing anything, go down to the post rooms on Valentine's Day. No, not Valentine's Day. It's on Thursday, the day before. So that you can get a Valentine. It's a traffic light party, so that you can sort yourself out for the Friday. And if it all gets to the point where it's all too late, you also have the opportunity to go to Global on the Friday. Don't know what they're gonna put on. Probably a yes means no night. A lot of let's just say, sweat won't be the only moisture you can taste in the air in Global on Friday night. But this is the first Valentine's in a while, I think it was 2 years or something, that I've been single, ladies. So I'm getting back into that stage of not Valentine's Day, that over commercialised day of the year. I'm getting into that, and because that's what happens when you're single. But yesterday, over discussions during drinking, Emily, who got a bit drunk last night, to say the least. Went to an Anne Summers party, but I'm laughing because she's shouting at me to not speak about this from the other side of the window. But I'm not going to embarrass her. But the catalogue happened to appear on the table, and I've got the catalogue here, and basically. For a guy, I guess it's a porn mag. for a girl, it's a night out, and it's quite the magazine, really. And I'm getting evils. Yeah, pages and pages of sexy lingerie. For people that don't know what Anne Summers is, where have you been? Everyone knows what it is. And it's what an odd catalogue. I mean, there's things here that look like aliens that do bits that I don't even know. And so what I'm trying to say here is that there's an option. There's options this year for Valentine's Day. You've got Global. You've got the possibility of finding a date on traffic light party down at the post rooms, you know, because it's a traffic light party. Can you imagine the amount of green that will be displayed in that room? But who's gonna realistically go in red the day before Valentine's Day? I think they might as well just call it singles night or speed dating or something. Usually, actually, Academy, I think Wednesdays, probably just after my show, they do a speed dating in the Academy. I don't know if they're doing that this year. But there's options. You can get yourself a double-ended dildo, or you could go to Global and pick up all the rest of the single people, or people that have got boyfriends that live far distant. To be fair, you shouldn't be going Global if you've got a long-distance relationship. Anyway, that's Valentine's Day rant over. By the way, if you want to get in on the Valentine's Day banter and want to let me know what you're up to on Valentine's Day, that sounds quite creepy after I've just said that I'm a single man on Valentine's Day. But just ping me at Radio Gentleman on Twitter. Or go to the Facebook page and message me, and I'll get that instantly and reply to you guys about that. But yeah, just let us know your plans for Valentine's Day. I know some people are planning to go to Nando's to see if that's the ideal place for Valentine's Day. I know some people are probably going to load up one of those one-handed websites. It's gonna be an interesting Valentine's Day this year. I don't know what my plans are, to be honest. You know, I'm in high demand, and I'm joking. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll probably feed off the ideas you send me in. And on that note, just to go back to the Ann Summers thing for a second, that catalogue originated at a climbing party. And hello, attendees of that party who are listening, apparently. And straight on to the next part of the show. It is the part of the show where we introduce the guests, and I'll bring them in as I usually do. I'll be there for you. The rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. Hello, Emily and Josh.
Hi, Johnny. I wonder why I'm friends with you sometimes. I completely forgot that I'd given you that drunk last night. Thanks for that bit of blackmail.
Yeah, see? You've got to exploit these situations. I was almost tempted to record you and put some of the stuff you were saying on the radio. All the tame stuff you're saying, because, you know... I don't know, how long did you stay after I left? Like, ages, or...?
Probably another hour, and then I stumbled home. And then put that awful Facebook status on, and drunk Facebook statuses are the worst. About
fornicating beds.
I'm not going into this now. It's meant to be, I want my bed.
And hello, Josh. I'll be honest. I've only met Josh about half an hour ago. He's agreed to do the show. So you used to do Rock Sock. Is that?
Yeah, I'm the president of Rock Sock this year.
Ah, cool. So, yeah. So have you done radio and stuff?
Done it once or twice before. Oh,
that's cool. So you probably might be better at it than me. You heard the start to the show. That was dodgy. Yeah, so I'm going to start how I start with all the guests that have been on the 4 shows, with a feature called Who Are You? I've got one of those chatterbox fortune tellers. This is the continual debate of this feature. What are these called? Do you call them fortune tellers or chatterboxes?
I thought they were fortune tellers. I call them finger fortune tellers.
Yeah, I thought it was a fortune teller.
When I was growing up, it was called a chatterbox. But when I did my first show, the Sarah said that they used to be called cutie catchers or something. But anyway, the point of the game is you pick. Well, I've made it climbing related. I've done some little doodles on here. So I've got a helmet, a harness, a rope, and a carabiner.
Oh, well done.
I know. And yeah, so you select the item, and then we play the So then you select a number, then I move to that number, and then you select another number, and then I read the question out underneath that flat, and we take it alternately, but we all answer the questions. Last week, I got feedback saying that I don't answer the questions that I ask. So
yeah, you don't.
so this week I'm answering the questions that I ask. But last week was quite a provocative show with some questions like, "What's the dirtiest thing you've had in your mouth?" and stuff. it could go 2 ways. But I don't know. I can't even remember the questions I got underneath this. So it'll be a reminder to both me, but also an insight to you. So yeah, I'll start with Josh. Carabiner, rope, harness, or helmet.
I'll start with a rope.
Okay, R-O-P-E. 1, 5, 2, or 7.
7. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's 3, 8, 6, and 4.
8.
What is your favourite song / artist, and why?
I'm going to go with a band you two probably haven't heard of called Senses Fail.
Okay.
And it's because their music's... Well, they've changed their style over a while, and it's always fun to listen to.
Emily?
I'm not sure. Snow Patrol, probably. And just because when I was little I used to listen to them a lot, so there's a lot of good memories associated with them.
I generally, even though I host the radio show, I'm really crap with music. So I don't I'll say something like rubbish, but I don't know. I quite like stupid songs.
Like blurred lines, yeah.
I don't know. I guess something like it was all recent stuff. Probably some Calvin Harris, something like that. Some jams. It's just random stuff. That's like we could even say some like Gangnam Style or something. But yeah, so Emily, it's your turn to pick an item.
Can I have harness, please, Johnny?
Okay, Harness, 7, 2, 1 and 5.
2, please.
1, 2, 1, 5, 2, 7.
7.
Okay, what are your Valentine's Day plans?
I don't have any. My boyfriend and I aren't really sort of around at the same time, so we don't have any Valentine's Day plans. But I'm still seeing him that week, so it still should be nice to see him. He lives.
What are your plans on the day you see him? Because I'm guessing that's just sort of like a postponed Valentine's Day or early Valentine's Day.
I might convince Dan to take me out for dinner. Twist his arm. Twist his arm. Be like, do you want to go to the Waffle House? That'll be a yes.
You, Josh?
I'll be coming back from a trip on the Friday, so depending on what time I get back, she's probably going to be asleep.
We're such romantic people.
I've got loads of presents ready to stash and tell her where they are throughout the day, so it'll be fine.
See, keeping her...
Bit of planning.
Yeah, keeping her interested until... She might stay up in that case, though. Maybe, like, have the last gift as, like, coffee or something. I don't have any plans. long
Single Pringle, Johnny.
Single man. Yeah. No. Like what happens on Valentine's Day? I've noticed is single girls tend to go out with single girls and do their own kind of thing, and then so when it comes to like a guy going, oh yeah, do you want to do something with me? They'll be like, yeah, I'm kind of going with a girl to do this or something like that. Or when it comes to like, and guys, you can't really. Guys are all just like, yeah, let's go down a pub and see what we can get, kind of thing. Or let's go for drinks or something. And also, it's that time of year when like love is flowing as well. Everyone's like getting these like relationships, and I was sort of like, oh, okay, fine.
You need to jump on that then, don't you?
Well,
then you can stop whinging about being a single man.
No, I don't. It's effort, isn't it?
And cheaper.
a lot of time goes into a relationship, especially as I'm like married to CivSoc, civil engineering, those kind of things. Those are my relationships.
Married to your work.
I go out with Anthony Chilvers more than I have the president of the CivSoc than anyone else this term. Anyway, okay, so Josh, another item.
Let's go for a carabiner this time.
Okay, Carabiner. 4, 6, 8 and 3.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Number. Pick a number. 4, 6, 8 and 3.
We'll go for a 3, please.
Okay. A favourite film and why?
It's really hard to decide upon a favourite film. I'd probably go for something really like Dead Snow. Really niche, dark, Finnish, black comedy about zombies.
Fair dues.
And I'm going to go the complete and utter opposite of Josh. I go for a rather fluffy love story. The Time Traveller's Wife is just a really cute story, and I love the book, so it's my favourite film.
For me, it's I don't know. I love a rom-com. Like when I like How I Met Sally's got to be a good one.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to go for like the funniest film I've ever seen in terms of rom-coms, it would be something like I Want Candy. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's about these college students that need to make a video for their English assignment, and they while they're doing it, they film a porno to like just for business, like to get money. And there's just a lot of mishaps, and it's a very British film. It's got Jimmy Carr in it, and those kind of things. But it's quite funny. I made all my housemates watch it in first year, and they were all like, "What the heck is this? They're making this a porno."
I think with that description, we're going to hear a load of people just going quickly as touring it now.
Yeah, people are going to get up. But it's almost like a similar film to Zack and Miri Make a Porno, but it's better. It's better out of the two. But yeah. Move on to Emily's item choice.
Can I go for helmet, please, Johnny?
Okay. HELMET. 6, 3, 4 and 8.
3, please.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 7 and 5.
1, please.
If I say a number we've already done, just ignore it. Oh no, we've done that.
Oh, have we?
We'll do the next one along. Okay, so number 5 is what is your ideal breakfast?
Dunno, depends what sort of mood I'm in. Probably my favourite thing is sausages, beans and toast. But being a student, I'm quite lazy and can't be bothered to make that most mornings, so I just end up going to the cafeteria and buying it.
I'd have to go for either a fry-up or just jam on toast.
It is? Oh, I don't know. I'm not really a breakfast person. I suppose I quite like a bacon sandwich, but Emily just went, ugh.
I don't like bacon. Please don't shoot me.
I'm not the only person in the
world that doesn't like bacon, yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably go for something like that. But I usually just sort of like, you know, don't really like at Christmas and Advent calendars a luxurious breakfast. That's good for me. But item, Josh.
Go for harness.
HARNESS. 3 8. So I don't know if we've had 3 8 for 6 and 4. 6.
Hang on, you need to do it again. Don't you?
I know, but I'm worried that we're running out of numbers here. So, and I'm also speeding
through.
Okay, snog, marry, avoid. Miley Cyrus, Channing Tatum, or Beyonce.
Right, I'd have to avoid Channing Tatum in this case. Snog, Beyonce, marry Miley Cyrus. Is that my last option, really?
I'd avoid Miley Cyrus at all costs. And then I'd probably have to snog Channing Tatum and marry Beyonce because I'd want the music in the morning when I wake up. Get me out of bed. And if you like it, you should put a ring on it as well. I can't believe I just said that.
Just wondering if Dan's listening.
Beyonce, the Miley Cyrus would have to be the marry for me, I think. Only on the basis of, like, can you just imagine just having that, like, day in, day out? That would be, like, ideal. Whereas, like, Beyonce's too sassy. Like, she's got too much sass. Like, she just walk in and just with those hips. And that face, have you seen that face that everyone puts on, like, posts and stuff on Facebook? And it's, like, this raw type face. She just, like, break my knob or something. So, in that case, I'm going to avoid Beyonce because at the risk of my privates. And I'll snog Channing Tatum. It'll be a good anecdote, something to tell the grandkids. Mine and Miley Cyrus is great. I'm gonna whiz through this now. So I'm gonna try and, because we've done the majority of these by playing the game. So, have you ever insulted someone enough that it has made them blank you?
Yes.
And how?
I'm not going to say how, but I've done it many, many times.
I don't think I've ever been that bad.
I'm a horrible person, really.
No, have you
I haven't had them ignore me. Maybe break down in tears once.
I'm not very good at insulting someone because I'm sort of like a bit happy-go-lucky. So when I go to like take the piss out of someone, it'll sound like really camp. Just sort of like, well, yeah, you're gay, and they'll just sort of like laugh it off or like probably make me blank them. To be honest.
Punch you in the face.
Okay. Okay, this is a good one. In the theme of things.
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
Have you ever used a sex toy? If so, why? Like, as in, I don't really want to know the details, but like, what was it? I guess that would be a start. And this does include food.
Josh, you go first.
If in foods and stuff like whipped cream and ice cream, obviously. But no,
how do you handle that ice cream? Sort of like, is it just go melty and you sort of end up with like
a little bit,
sort of turn into sort of like a morph? Like, Emily, have you thought of the one of many that you're going to say?
No.
You just sort of like rifling through them to find the least
find
tame
the one that's tame.
The most tame one.
Probably ties. I like ties.
Ah, bit of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. What can I say?
For me, I've done a dick dab, and that's essentially like a dib dab, but with with your penis. Yeah, it was fun asking like for 400 grams of flavoured sugar at Mr. Sims. She honestly, this is what happened. I went with a friend. And I was like, I was being really like secretive about it. I went with a friend, and my friend was like oblivious to what I was attempting to do with this bag of sugar. And when I was in the shop, I asked for the sugar, and that was it. And the lady was like, "Oh, is this for your special lady?" I think it was Valentine's Day last year, actually, saying that. And I was like, "Oh yeah." And she was like, "What are you going to dip in it?" And I went, "No, it's not." And she went, "Oh no, actually, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that." She cut it off straight away, and I was like, "No, it's for cakes." And she, and then later on, my friend found out what the sherbet was for, and so it's just banter now. So that is the end of Who Are You? Let's just do a bit of that. What?
It's like being in CSI with that music, isn't it?
You're listening to The Gentleman on Radio Now.
So up next, in the Valentine's Day theme of things, this is a build up to Valentine's Day. So I'm not going to be quite as dickish on next week's show. I'm going to be, I suppose, more romantic if that's possible on the radio. But so this week I'm doing this feature helped out by Bob Marley.
Baby, we've got a date.
That's basically the jingle for the feature. Baby, we've got a date. That's what we're calling this section. And basically, I scoured the internet and found some scenarios where there's been bad dates that have occurred, and I'm going to essentially read out some of these, but I'm going to leave gaps, and what you two have to do is guess what the bad thing about the date was, and the winner gets an applause. Yeah, so I read this first one here, and basically she speaks about she's called it biggest crust, biggest letdown. I'm not too sure what that means, but that's the title. And she's talking about a guy that she goes out with. She's had a crush on for ages, and then he finally asks her out for dinner and asks her to go to see a film. And she was like, well up for it, because she says here she's a broke student and she's easy. No, she didn't say that. And she was pretty excited because life for me is pretty much Hot Pockets and textbooks. I think that this is a Melbourne site, by the way. That's because I don't know Hot Pockets. What are they like? Like, I don't know. What are they? Does anyone know what they are?
Are they like a sandwich? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, horrible. Hot Pockets and textbooks. I don't know how she eats a textbook. Yeah. So when the day finally arrived, he arrived late. So this isn't the main problem. I'm telling you some sort of build-up so you have a guess. What do you reckon he did when he arrived? So she's waiting in the restaurant for him. What do you reckon he did as point one of what went wrong on this date?
Bet he didn't even say that he was sorry that he was late. Bet he just sat down and screamed at the waiter.
There wasn't that much detail, but he changes the date. In what way do you reckon he changes the date?
Does he say, we're going back to mine straight after this?
No, but that would be an immediate end to the date. No, he suggests that they skip the restaurant, and she goes, though I was starving, she decided to do it. And then they go to the theatre. Then this is the main bit of the date, which she didn't. Him being late and not eating. She was still into him after that. She was giving him a chance until the cinema where they're queuing. What do you reckon he does in the queue?
Says he's forgotten his wallet and makes her pay for it.
close, actually. He pushes in front of her so that he can pay for his own ticket and leave her to pay for her own.
Oh my god.
And then, yeah, and then during the movie, what do you reckon he kept doing to piss her off?
Sighing, going, oh, this is boring. This is rubbish.
Is that what we're doing? Yeah, it's talking essentially during the show. And then he said he doesn't want to get. And then he says he doesn't want to get dinner afterwards, and that he wants to drop her off at her house so he can go to a party and get drunk.
Better than him turning around and saying, right, I'm going back to my girlfriend's now.
Has that happened to you? Is that what? I don't know.
I've been on many bad dates.
I was going to say, have you been on many dates? Have you had
Yes.
bad times?
Yes.
Is there any particular ones that you wish to share?
I had one which was kind of the complete opposite of that. The guy was sort of more into me than I was him, and I'm not going to lie, I was a bit callous. I let him take me out for dinner and everything, and at the end of the date he told me that he loved me and that he thought that we should get married, and I was just sat there like, I'm 17, this is a bit too much for me right now.
Yeah.
A little bit clingy.
Is there any bad dates that you've been on, Josh?
Not really, to be honest.
Because it's usually down to the guy to make the bad date, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Unless
it's
the
never
lack
There's not
of
much
talking,
that a
but-
girl can do wrong in a date, really, is there?
Well, come in wearing a turtleneck and no, I guess so, because it's kind of down. You can't really go like call up a girl, go, well, I'm going to take you out on a date. You plan it. It doesn't really work like that, does it? I guess something that you know Will. Do you know Will, who's in my year? I don't know. He got left a note by the girl he's seeing at the moment, and I think they thought this was romantic, but when I saw it, I was like, really? But she left a date note saying. You're taking me to this cinema. You have to book it monthly, so you have to book it on this date, and then when I come back, we're gonna go. And that's essentially what it said. And he was like, "Oh, she's such a darling. She left this. We wanted to go on a date. It said the first sentence of this note. It was like, I want to take you on a date. You've got to book it. You've got to pay for it, and then we'll go." And I was like,
But it's the girl's decision where you're going, the guy's decision how to pay, isn't it? Card or cash?
well, it's fine. It's fine the guy paying, but I mean, like usually they get to decide. But yeah, have you ever had a best date? What would you say your best date was? You're gonna like be biased here. Oh yeah.
My first date with my boyfriend.
Oh, that could have started badly.
It was meant to say my first date with my current boyfriend.
Was it? What was it? Was it?
We went to Black Park, down the road, and we went for a nice walk because we're outdoorsy people. And then went out for dinner. It's nice. Malt shovel. Om nom. It's a good date.
Is there anything?
Every date is the nicest date.
Well said. Well said. I don't know. I'm quite good at dates. Like, not to like.
But you're single, Johnny. So evidently something going wrong.
He just loves the dates.
I-
not the rest of it.
No, I'm
You
good
just
at
love
dates. I
being
just don't get them. I'm quite good because I tend to read a person quite well, so I know that I know not to do something mental. Like if they're like vegetarian, I don't take them to like
Nando's.
Or if they're lactose intolerant, I don't take them to Pizza Express.
So what do you ask? Hi, I'm Johnny. Can I have your medical records, please?
Those are just examples. Like if they're afraid of animals, I'm not going to take them down the zoo, for example. But you get to know the person before you ask them out on a date. You don't just sort of like walk up to a girl it depends. Like, on Friday next week, people are going to be doing that a lot. Like let's do this thing.
Let's just go to Nando's.
I think Nando's is going to be quite a popular choice this year because people like to relax. Let's have cheeky Nando's. They can't go wrong really with Nando's.
You can if you're vegetarian.
No, you can get a bean burger or pita or wrap
Or salad.
But I don't know. I can't really pick one. I've done a good burger ice cream date before. I'm also quite good at recommended date. Like my brother had his 50th 50th. Jumping ahead of the gun there. He had his like 5th or 4th anniversary with his girlfriend recently, and he called me up and he's like, "Oh, it's a big anniversary. Big, well, it's not really, but big anniversary. You know, she's want to be wowed. What would you recommend?" And
Did you put a ring on it?
And I was like, "Well, I don't really like what. Like, well, first of all, she's vegetarian." which is a pain in the arse. not to be funny, but like when you're doing dates, there are places you can take a vegetarian, but usually like you've got to be all in. If you're a meat eater, you've got to be like, "Oh, yeah, fine, I'll have a bit of hummus tonight." Yeah. So he asked me. So I told him to go to like Quincy. I don't know. It's basically this really nice Italian in London, in Soho. And then you can like walk out, and there's like ice cream bars, and you can get like there's a place that does an ice cream in like they spoon it, I guess, in the shape of a flower, and you get like 5 flavours. Very, very romantic, very romantic. But yeah, he did that, and they were like wooed. So job done, brother Cupid. But yeah, moving on. So what we've got here is another one, and this has got on this site they rate. People seem to have time to rate how bad they are, and for the first one, I think it's quite new. Oh yeah, 3rd of February, so quite new. So it's only had one person say, "Damn, that's awful," and the other, and 2 people say, "Meh, that's not so bad." Those are the 2 rating systems, and this next one's got a "Damn, that's awful" by 77 people, and a "Meh, that's not so bad" by 3 people. So.
Condemning.
So I'll read it out to you. It was my first date ever, so I was really nervous. When the guy and I met up at the movies, they love the movies for first dates, don't they?
You can't really chat much if you're there.
That's probably why he was chatting so much. Chatting so much over the film.
Yeah.
Right. What would you, if you was so if you were taken to the cinema, because that's something I don't really do, but I guess it can happen if you got like, really no option. Well, if you're in Uxbridge. Like, what do you? If someone took you down to see like RoboCop or something, would you prefer something like a she film?
I'd prefer a she film. Yes, Johnny, I prefer a she film.
A chick flick kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but that's like quite hard. So at the moment, I can't think of a chick flick that's out. So I think you'd end up watching.
You'd struggle it, yeah.
Yeah, RoboCop, or there's a new film coming out, which I was told about the other day, called Her. And it's about like a guy who dates Siri, basically. That's long story short, but it's quite a dark film.
Yeah.
And it looks quite good, and how his life happens to plan out with this robot girl thing.
Siri.
Siri. It's basically a combination of Eagle Eye and a Big Bang Theory episode.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, is it a Raj episode?
That's what it sounds like. But yeah, so this girl, she's at the movies, and he acted clearly uninterested in me, which was okay because I felt the same way. So I don't know why people are saying, "Damn, that's awful," when she's gone straight away. Like, yeah, I go on a date because it might be free, like freebie. So I was looking forward to getting the date over with and never speak to him again. I've arrived at the cinema here. She's awful. Then about halfway through the movie, I received a text from him saying, "What do you reckon the text said?"
I'm bored. I'm leaving you here.
This date sucks.
It's a provocative text.
Oh. Dark cinema. Up the back of the dark cinema.
It's pretty much along those lines. It's what like Talisa for N-Dubs is into.
Oh.
He texts her saying, "Will you give me a blowjob in the men's bathroom?" And she replied, "Yeah." No, she said, "I told him I wouldn't be doing anything of the sort, and we never spoke again." But she was an arsehole. See,
Yeah.
This person picked it. Like, I don't know.
He was probably just being opportune because he wasn't into her, she wasn't into him.
Oh, that's the sound of the alarm. That's the mid-show joke.
Oh, God.
And this week's joke is What did the cheese say when it looked at itself in the mirror?
I don't know, Johnny. What did the cheese say when it looked at itself in the mirror?
Hello, me.
No, Johnny. No. It's good that the pretend people found it funny.
Someone had to.
Yep. So you don't feel all alone.
Well, you don't. People listening are probably laughing.
Did you get to the final of Britain's Got Talent last year?
Yes. I want to host it this year. On that note, but I don't know. It depends. I reckon Matt will host it. You know, he loves to be centre of attention, doesn't he?
You have to ask him nicely.
Baby, baby, we've got a date. Oh, baby, baby, don't you be late.
Right. Yes. Back to baby. We've got a date. So what are we? Let's just see. 173 to men. Not so bad. So
How about
130. See,
try the
that's
worst
awful. What?
At the top of the page, the worst dates list.
There is a if you click on the worst dates
Good
list.
spot, Josh.
Whoa! 1,134. That's awful. To 29. Not so bad. This was the title of this one is called Little Miss Hitler. So I'm guessing this is from a guy's point of view. Hopefully, we might as well. I
Josh,
think it
you
is.
better
It
answer
is.
this one then.
It is. Okay, this is. I've read this one actually. I read this the other day. This is quite good. Again, guess where she's going? Where
To
they're
the
going
movies.
to the movies. So on their way from dinner to the movies, at least they had dinner in this one. A car whipped out of a parking lot, cutting me off, and then the girl in the car screamed at the other car a phrase. What do you reckon that phrase was?
Well, we're not allowed to swear on air, so that could be difficult.
There is a swear word in it, but just beep, beep the swear word.
I've honestly got no idea.
She shouts, "Beeping Jew."
I was going to say she's Little Miss Nazi.
She goes. I was obviously the guy was obviously taken back by this, and he asks her what their religion had to do with their driving skills, and then she started a 10-minute monologue about how the gays and the blacks and the Jews. She slurs in place of the words gay and black. So I don't. What does that mean? She's going gay. Like I don't know what she's. I don't know. And then she basically says that those demographics are destroying America. And instead of going to the movie, do you reckon you know what he did?
Took her home.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, she sent him. She left a message saying. She left a message saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult your people." There's a comment on this one. This has got to be a good comment. I don't know. Good on you. All I can say is, what the F? Also, who are your people? The blacks, Jews, or gays? Yeah. So we've got another one here called the Vomitron. So we can kind of guess what's going to happen here. We met at a bar, and after a few hours, he came home with me. We started to make out, and he called me Melissa, not even close. Then he stands up, runs to the bathroom, but doesn't make it. Guess what he does.
Yeah.
So projectile vomiting all over the hallway and into my roommate's closet and shoes. Yeah. When I got it cleaned up, he tried to undress. He tried to undress her. And I pushed. She pushed him well because the smell of the vomit wasn't really a turn on. And so then he passed out. Do you know where he passed out?
In his own vomit?
No.
In the closet?
In her bed?
In her bed. But do you know what he did in her bed?
Did he throw up again?
No.
Did he do a poo?
Urinate himself.
He did. He peed all over her sheets and then snuck out, and then luckily, he left his cell phone by accident, which I used to call his friends and tell them what he'd done. That's got
That's
the
a
1097.
horrible day. That's horrible.
There's two responses on this. How drunk were you to bring this loser to your home for a hookup just a few hours after you met at a bar? That's a good question. And the reply was the dating scene. The dating scene. Is that a name? I don't even. Oh yeah, that's her name. The dating scene. The girl in the fluffy hat. That's her name. It says ... terrible. As well. Yeah. Have you ever had a vomiting partner?
My ex-boyfriend, we went to Italy, and he basically got really badly travel sick, and we decided that it would be a good idea to go on this boat cruise, and he spent 8 hours being sick over the side of the boat. I felt so sorry for him, like I couldn't do anything to make him feel better, and this was the day after his birthday as well. So we were on this lovely holiday, and he spent the whole day just being sick over the side of the boat, and I felt horrendous for him.
Oh, that's grim. Have you had any projectile vomiters?
Sometimes after a couple heavy nights.
I've never had the issue.
I make it to the toilet. That's fine.
Good on you, Josh. At least it's not in the bed or over the closet.
I've never had the issue with someone else. I know friends in academy once kissed a girl, and directly after kissing him, she vomited. So I don't know whether it was a coincidence or the kiss that did it. But yeah, that's great. But I don't really pick up in when people like. I don't really go on drunk dates or like meet drunk people. To be honest, I don't know. Or they don't meet me. We've got here a short one called Solo Act, and it's got 799 that's awfuls and 22 not so bads, and it's called Solo Act. And she says here, we immediately hit it off. He was funny, intelligent, and fairly cute. After dinner, we began kissing in his living room. When he tried to take it further, I made it clear that I wasn't ready. In response, he immediately unzipped what?
His trousers.
Yep, and whipped out
His dick.
But what did he do with his dick?
Judging by the title of that.
Yes, he started, and I quote, furiously started masturbating in front of her. Furiously. I don't even know how you can furiously masturbate, like angry, like just sort of like.
With a lot of angry faces.
But what gets me about this, and I'm surprised no one's really commented on it, that she sort of doesn't talk about like moving away, or it sounds like she's just sort of embracing it.
Sat there on the sofa with a glass of wine.
Yeah, that seems like her night sorted. I think I don't know why that's got. Damn, that's awful. I think she should feel privileged that she's still got a bit of action without doing anything. Like it's basically like watching.
Could have been awkward though, just to sit there. And do you leave while he's doing it? Do you wait for him to finish and say goodbye? Or
just get up halfway through, just be like, "Excuse me, thank you." What's
more to this is, even after seeing his penis, she didn't want to do the deed. Like
there's probably nothing left.
But like, surely guys masturbating would no that kill the mood. No. Well, they were kissing on the sofa. We all know what that means. Like, what are you're just kissing, doing things provocative in a provocative manner. There's probably a little bit of frisky, and she's gone. Yeah, actually, see you later. I don't want to sleep with you. He's got to feel like he's just like.
And the way to rectify it is just to masturbate.
He could have just waited till she left.
That would have been the sane thing to do, but yeah.
Men on
There's a lot of crazies on this site.
Yeah, the one above this one, put up on the 5th of April 2010, is called "But He's a Double Dipper."
your story earlier.
Yes, this has got 838. That's awfuls. 55, not so bad. And it says, I met a guy for a drink and we decided to share an appetizer of artichoke dip. Oh, well, it wasn't quite. I don't think this is going to be quite the double dipping we were thinking of. But I can't. I'm guessing I know what happens. But we'll have a read. It came with a handful of pita bread triangles, and he hates all but one of them, which he so graciously let me have. Since there was so much dip left, I was about to ask the server for more bread when I saw him grab the bowl and do what?
Did he just stick his face in and eat it all?
No,
Stick his finger in it? Or?
He did. He slipped his finger in it, and then he ate the entire bowl of hot artichoke dip with his index and middle finger, wiping the bowl clean. Yeah, so he got fishy fingers. Before the okay, can you imagine though doing that?
No.
No.
Okay, let's lay it out for the listeners. Dinner time, like date etiquette for on at meal time.
Right, girls and boys side, yeah.
Okay, so for a girl, what do you what? Okay, well, so Emily, you do guys. What do you expect from the guy? And then Josh and I will do what we expect from a girl.
So I know that a lot of guys don't like sharing their foods on the first date. It's like Joey from Friends. I will not share my food with you. But like, if you agree to share a dish, then you should at least attempt to split it 50-50. Like, girls tend to eat less than guys. But you should still split it properly. And then, like,
Right.
also, say it, don't spray it. Like, if you're eating, keep your mouth shut. Don't chat to me and spit food all over me.
So
or the
you
girl.
prefer a swallower.
And then, what else? Like, first dates, like, generally the guy pays, or you agree to split. Don't let the girl pay for it, because that's just rude.
This is one point on that, and what is the threshold? Okay, so you first date, the guy pays.
Or you split it, dependent on how independent the girl is.
Right, okay. Well, on the first date, the guy pays. And so after that, what would you say the kind of, how many dates after that do you actually start saying, I'll pay for me, I'll pay for myself?
Second date, I always like pay for myself, because I'd sort of got to know him a bit better and stuff like that, and hopefully spoke in between the dates rather than just sitting there waiting for him to come. Thanks for the patronising pat on the back, Josh.
You're welcome.
That makes me feel so much better about myself.
It's okay, it's in the past.
So, yeah, so from a what do we expect from the girls?
Don't say sex.
No, it's not all about sex.
You sure?
Depends if you've got one, an Anne Sanders catalogue. No, I guess, I don't know. I think on the first date, a guy can't be full on guy. This is we have to
make a
avoid being
choice.
Be a
ourselves.
gentleman.
You have to be a gentleman, so you can't be just be like. You just can't be a knob. You can't just make provocative jokes and do innuendos and all those kind of things that I do on a daily basis. When it comes to a date, you just got to be like, yeah. Like she might say she's a sports lady, for example. Not that I date many sports ladies, but she goes something like, we kept. I don't know. Okay. Say she was playing squash, and someone, for some reason, put multiple balls on the pitch, and she says something on the date like there were just multiple balls to play with. You got to sit there and be like, that's interesting. None of that. It's not be like, yeah, bet there were.
It would be fine as long as you kept the humour more like highbrow and implied rather than just being totally crude.
True. You can't be like at the end of the date. That's a big no. Right, so what? Let's go back to yours and get this thing done, shall we?
So right, I've paid. You can do me service now.
Forget the dessert. You're having yours now. But so yeah, but that's at our university. There isn't much room for a date.
No,
really. You got it. It's a very bish bash bosh environment. Like,
yeah.
You
Want to go on a date to Locos? Have an hour wait for the food.
Depending on how creative you are. There's always a riverbank there. Bring a little picnic basket or something.
Oh,
When
you're
it's
so
actually
romantic, Josh.
Oh, you're turning me on.
So you've got your Ann Summers cat on page 20.
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose I quite like going into London and doing I like a random first date, like something that they don't expect. Like
it's got to be something interesting.
it's got to be because even if it's a shit date and they don't, there's no. At least you go back to my mates and go, "What did you do?" And then they can go like, "Oh yeah, he took me to the zoo. He paid for dinner. Bosh." Yeah, but I don't like him. And then the friend will go, "You dick." so there's those moments, but like. Yeah, but I don't know what we expect. We don't really expect much from women. I think girls have sort of like more expectation from the guy. no offence, but like you do expect us to sort of like roll up, pack up a band, hair sligs.
But at the end of the day, like later on in the relationship, when you're wandering around in your boxers and expecting us to do the washing up, you're not going to be as chivalrous as you are on the first date, are you?
No, but that's why the first date's a hoax. You just pull the wool over the lady's eyes.
Yeah, but sometimes a girl likes a good hoax because then she can sit there while she's doing the washing up and you're sat there in your boxes eating your Doritos and she can remember how nice she used to be.
Well, he does
They
do
just
a good
want a
picnic
prince.
basket.
Yeah. We occasionally want a prince and, when you turn back into the frog we can remember what it's
You're
like.
sitting there thinking, oh yeah, he does make a good picnic basket.
Picnic basket by the river pit.
Those little triangle jam sandwiches, whatever.
No, I guess so. But that's another thing. Like, that's another thing. I'm going to say this, but that's another thing that puts me off relationships. That sort of like relaxation.
Yeah, the
that
descent
occurs.
into the darkness.
Because I quite like a girl like making the effort. Like as much as I do. Like more than ever now. Like I do my hair. Well, I haven't done it today, but I do my hair quite a lot and stuff. But like I quite like the girl, like if I'm gonna say, even if it's just Nando's, her, like, donning up, putting on a nice outfit, like not arriving like in trackies and like like stained t-shirt, like I can't look good. But but when you get into a relationship, that kind of sort of like laxes up, and you just sort of walk around in like.
In your boxes eating Doritos.
In your boxes eating Doritos.
Sitting there playing COD.
Yeah, thank God.
You done the dishes yet?
Where's my sandwich?
Guys, you're giving Dan the bad impression. I'm not
Dan
like
is
this.
nothing like that. Can I just say that? Dan's nothing like that. He's lovely.
I don't treat my
occasionally
women
like
like
that.
Lily Allen describes in her songs.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
lot of
stereotyping it based on some of my friends' partners, and I've actually seen these guys in their underwear, and you're just like, seriously, your girlfriend's friend is in the house. Put some clothes on, dude.
I like to woo. Do you still call it a date when you're let's say you're a month into your relationship? Do you still call it dates?
Dan and I went out on a date on Saturday, and we're a year into our relationship, so it's nice to go out and occasionally do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. So, like, we went out for dinner. We don't tend to go out for dinner a lot. It's nice. I still call it a date. Keeps it fresh.
So, just for the listeners, how long have you been going out with your other halves?
A year and a bit now.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
I've been going out with my hand about a year now. It's going well, a bit shaky at times.
But it's always there right beside you.
When times are tough, I just ferociously get active. Furiously was the better word there.
Dissertation getting you down there, Johnny.
Well, it's getting me up.
Pulling that down again.
The father gentleman.
What as a Valentine's Day show, do you want to say anything romantic to your other halves, or
He won't be listening, and I'm definitely not showing him the podcast after earlier's comments. But yeah,
What she meant to say there was, yes, Dan, I'm deeply in love with you, and I can't wait to spend Valentine's Day with you. That's what she meant to say there. Not
yes, Dad, I love you. You're lovely. I miss you lots
No.
because you're 5 hours away up a mountain somewhere.
Josh, any
No, not really.
oh, you've gone from picnic baskets by the river
So, nah, thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got something to say to my hat now, joking. And hello to you people listening to the podcasts on the catch-up service, because I'm doing that one for when they listen to it on catch-up. So hello, thanks for listening on catch-up. I don't do that enough. And also, now to the next part of the show. I don't have a jingle for this bit, because I might play this. I'm going to play this and hope for the best.
Or just come up with something on the spot.
Or I could come up with something on the spot. What is Well, that will do. As the jingle for this bit, it's called Guess Who, and I've got the pictures here of 3 girls and 3 guys, but we kind of mutually know / probably don't know. It doesn't really matter. But I tried. Basically, this section is called Facebook Guess Who, and this is a game which you all want to jump on to very quickly. And I don't know if these people are listening, but it'd be quite funny if they are, because it means they've had a part of the show without really knowing it. And so we've got some faces here. We've got Noel Hoey, who is a mechanical engineer. We've got Rachel Radman, who is a civil engineer. We've got Eddie Gill, who was a civil engineer. Andrew Jacob is a civil engineer. Henry Attram is a civil engineer, who potentially might be my guest next week on the Love Shack show. That is going to be my Valentine's Day special. And we've got Martin, who is the UBS president. And I've got these squares on the table here, these white squares, and basically you've got the choice. You can either team up as a group to go against me, or you can pick your own. They high-fived, so I take it they're going as a team, and
Not like punching each other in the face as it might have sounded. We did high five.
And what you have to do is you pick one of those squares on the table, and then you don't show me, and then I'll pick one, and then we essentially play a game of Guess Who with our mutual friends on Facebook to work out who the person is, and you can ask any question you like. It can be as rude as obviously don't. If you want to insult them, you can. I mean, like, you're the fat one. I bet if those people are listening, they're probably thinking, which am I fat? Yeah, so you basically pick the square, and then you have to play against each other to alternate questions to say, do they have blonde hair? Are they a girl or guy? I don't know what question. The usual kind of questions.
Are they girl, guy, or slug?
Yeah, pretty much. And don't get confused in Andrew Yackel's picture of his dad, because he's the kind of like. So yeah, I'll shimmer these. Okay, so pick a square. Don't show me.
That one. Happy with that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Wait. I want to mix this up a bit. So, do you have a girl or a guy?
Got a guy. Oh, we've got a guy.
Let's try and get a girl,
Alright.
because I don't want to leave the girls out. Okay, that will do. That will do. Okay. So, right. How do you want to start?
You start
I
to give us an
start, okay.
example.
So we know it's a guy. So mine's obviously a girl. We know that much. I'm not going to ask obvious questions, because it can be quite
Yeah.
obvious. I can imagine. Are they short in height?
No. Well, put it this way: they're slightly taller than me.
Oh.
anyone taller than me is tall.
Okay. Alright. Your question? I've got it.
Same question back would be the smart
Yep.
thing to
Are
do.
they tiny, medium, or tiny?
I guess they are quite short.
Okay.
Yeah. What, do I know them very well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, meat my biscuit. Well, are they an engineer? Oh no, that's no good because all three of them are engineers. Are they?
Five of them.
Yeah, well, 5 out of 6 of them.
Mm.
Are they second year at all?
Are they second year? No.
No. Okay.
Do they like kebabs?
I don't know them that well.
Oh, got a haircut. Well, do they have facial hair?
No.
Not
that I'm aware of, at any rate. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks. No, that's just kind of giving the game away, isn't it?
I guess so. I guess that's all about one. Your question? You can have a guess at any time, by the way. I know there's the idea of dragging this out, so it looks like
Do
an
I
actual
actually have the person on Facebook and know them?
Yes.
It's the one person.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, because I don't know one of those people. So.
You don't know Ellie?
No. Don't know
It is Ellie, by the way.
Yeah.
But I did actually see through the light and didn't want to actually spoil
You
anything.
cheating twat.
I couldn't help but notice when he held the paper up to the light to look at it.
Oh, to be fair. No, yeah, well, you probably had it when I said
I just
shorts.
realised that I said a naughty word,
Yeah,
and I
do it.
apologise for the naughty word that I said.
Yeah, she's, I don't know if she's still here, but she's coming back Friday to do some photos for me for the boat party.
Nice.
So that's all going ahead. Very
Yeah.
exciting time.
SED boat party. Whoop whoop.
The
It's gonna be
coolest boat
good.
party there is.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess yours as well. Is it Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave those out and we'll give it another whirl. And
Cool. Do you want to pick this time?
Sure, not that it's going to make any difference.
So, I'll have the opposite one of those.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too fussed whether it's guy or girl this time, because we've at least we covered all areas in the first round. Okay, so do they have long hair?
Yes. Are they fond of snapbacks?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Your guess.
Oh, they fit. No, I'm joking. Would I give them a go? No, I'm joking. Are they northern?
Oh God.
Not that helps.
No, I can't remember where this person is from.
To Facebook.
Yeah. Turning the screen round on the computer just to do a quick search. Can you come up with another question in the meantime?
Do they have blue eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
Do they work for the union?
Yes.
You got Martin then.
Yeah. Martin, do you know how to pronounce his second name? I'm going to go with Zaranika?
And to answer your
UBS president.
question, they're sort of northern.
Oh.
They like their northern shenanigans.
Well, I'm going to guess it's Rachel.
Yeah.
Who I've never met, but we have mutual friends.
She's lovely. I
With-
love Rachel.
I've never even seen her. I'll be honest with you, I've not seen her at Slipstop stuff or anything.
No. But she's lovely. I like Rachel. She's lovely too.
I'm guessing. I think Nabs told me once that she doesn't attend lectures much. So
She does.
does she? Okay. Well, there's no point doing the final two because we obviously know that's Nor and Henry. The final
There's
two.
our bear. Nor's lovely as well. She was on
Yeah.
an Avia exec last year.
So just to make, I'm turning those over just to make sure that they're not like random people. Like, yeah. So that was the feature we called Facebook Guess Who. So give that a go. You know,
It's really fun.
Spare time. It's like the board game, but it isn't. Let me just play out with the jingle. That is
Guess Who?
Guess Who. There's that guy, isn't there? That guy that was like a homeless person, and he like had loads of fame because he used to pay to do. He used to be on radio, then he got into drugs, and his name's like Tim something, and he got into drugs, and then got his money through doing the voices, doing up next on radio is the blah, blah, blah. And he's really good at it. Like, and then they decided to give him a job on radio, and he's like, and then now he's back on drugs apparently. So that's a fame short-lived. But last week on the show we spoke about Tinder, and I thought the relevance of the show this week, because it's Valentine's. We're getting people ready for Valentine's Day, so this is another alternative to I don't know, for a guy to get his willy wet, and for a girl to
Find something meaningful, or that's what you do.
You know, you beat yourself to the global rush, the bargain buying that's going to go on in Global on Friday. This is a fairy. This is called a modern fairy tale, and the main character in this is called Tinderella. And it was showed to me the other day after I spoke about it on radio, and it's comical. So I'm gonna play it for you now, as long as there isn't an advert to start the video. But yeah, I'll show it to you now, and it's funny. So yeah, have a listen.
There once was a beautiful girl who was known to swipe left all day until she found a charming prince who was only a mile away. The prince was none too picky, but this one was out of his league. He'd never seen a maiden so fair, plus he hadn't had sex in a week. And so their courtship did blossom. They planned to meet up that night. She donned her prettiest dress and a pair of control top tights.
Tinderelli, show some cleavage,
The ball was full of creepers. They scoped her low and high. She couldn't find her handsome prince 'cause her battery just died. The prince was so distraught. Alas and alack, of all the girls he'd messaged, she was the hottest who wrote back. So he took out her selfie and he searched far and wide, from the girls doing shots to the ones smoking outside. The prince felt defeated and also pretty drunk. But then, out of nowhere, he saw his one true love. She snuck out that morning at 4:30 a.m. and they lived happily ever after because they never spoke again.
Yeah, so that was the Tinder fairy tale for you there. So I'll show those, which is quite funny. To be honest, it just sums up what Tinder is. I got it after the show as a joke, and honestly as a joke. I've got as my photos. I've got me with all the the celebs I've met, and my about me is an advert for The Gentleman on my Twitter links, and I honestly played a joke, and the two girls that were on last week happened to find me on Tinder. I don't know how it works, but they matched me on Tinder, which was quite funny. So I sent one of them a message as a joke, like, "Oh, you're that girl off The Gentleman. We should totally meet up," as a joke. But she didn't reply. But that was, that for you for the little bit of buffer time. You have something to do with something climb related.
Yes. Myself and Josh really want to do this sort of shout out because on the 25th of February from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 8 o'clock, Brunel Climbing are doing their One World Week challenge, Climb the Height of Kilimanjaro. Basically, our friends Lindsay and Zara are doing this to raise money for Child Reach International, as they're doing the Kilimanjaro hike in July or over summer at some point. And we need to do a massive 1,016 climbs. So basically, we need everyone to come down to the wall and we'll help you climb, even if you've never climbed before. And it's to raise money for a really good cause. So that's on the 25th of February 2014, obviously, from midday till 8 o'clock. And our friend Yassine's also running the marathon, so he's raising some money as well.
Okay. What, is this the thing you're doing? No, you're doing the Mexican thing for one.
That's a secret at the moment. The SED secret.
SED secret.
SED secret.
Oh, we've got to get that. We've got to. If that's successful, it's coming on the show. It's
going to raise a lot of money. But Anovia, which is the society that I run, which is Women in STEM and Design, we've got a stall in the atrium selling cupcake smoothies and clothes in aid of the Malala Fund on the first Monday of One World Week, which would be the 24th of February, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's quite a while away. So that's coming up. If that's successful, that
the Mexican themed event for presidents.
You're all on the show doing it live. That's what.
Don't you want?
You're listening to The Gentleman on Radio Now.
Okay, so Emily, you're off to go masturbate in a bed.
I'm not!
That's one of your favourite hobbies, isn't it?
Okay, right. So last night I got really drunk and I put, instead of putting I want my bed, I put I wank my bed. By accident. It was meant to be I want my bed.
Must have been grateful.
Yeah.
I want my bed.
Which part? The legs or
the mattress?
Or
I hate you both.
Nice
I want my bed, not I wank my bed.
You have to do anything exciting, Josh?
Not really. Probably just go start drinking already.
Are you going out to anywhere tonight?
Yeah, I'll be off to Gamma tonight.
Oh, I'm out to Liquid because I haven't been in ages, so I'm
for my birthday.
I need to remind myself how rubbish it is.
Yeah.
Still, that's a month away. Also, I'm also avoiding. What we do? Oh yeah, because I've done pretty well with work this week. Like I'm kind of got ahead. I sort of flipped loads to do, I'm still going out. Why not? Not like I'm going to do anything between like 11 and 3. So it's goodbye from me, the gentleman, and goodbye from my guest. So goodbye.
Bye guys. Thank you so much for having us on the show, Johnny. Even though I've just been ripped into for the past 2 hours. And
so like any other evening out with your friends.
Yeah, true. Bye everyone.
See ya.
Father gentleman.
Just just been posted a video of my golden voice guy who I was just speaking about earlier. I know I'm running over by 2 minutes, but there's no show after me. I know that, so I'm going to just play you guys the golden voice video that I saw the other day. And this guy's got an interesting voice. He if only he was British, I could have him on. Like. He's into drugs now.
He's in your price range.
He's in my price range. He's in my price range, which is 0p. I was just telling him I'll do his hair and eyebrows, and he might appreciate it. But yeah, his name's Ted Williams. I was wrong with Tim, but we'll go with it. We'll play this for you guys.
Of a great voice.
Hey, I'm gonna make you work for your dollar. Say something with that great radio voice.
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. And we'll be back with more right after these words. And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert.
I just said, well, hey, I can't be an actor, I can't be an on-air personality, but the voice just became something of a development over years, and I went to school for it. And then alcohol and drugs and a few other things became a part of my life, and I got 2 years clean.
He called me on my birthday. He didn't even know how old I was. He was telling people I'm 92. I'm not no 92, I'm 90. He lost a good job. He destroyed his family through drugs. So I prayed and prayed, but I always said, I guess my prayers wasn't strong enough. It never got through to him. And I went out there, and they're talking about the man with the golden voice. I said, who is that? That's your son. He come from a nice family, and then he went poor, poor. So maybe this will build him up.
More right after these words.
Yeah, no, and that's Ted Williams. He does loads of stuff, and there's loads of videos about him and how he helps the homeless now. But yeah, back to our yeah. So yeah, back to the song. Sorry guys, but I just thought I'd play that.